Show Ahmedabad. A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13, powered by Tata Tele Business Services. I'm Ritwika Gupta, coming to you straight from the city of Ahmedabad here at the beautiful Pride Plaza Hotel. Now known for its industrial roots, Ahmedabad is now emerging as a hub for finance and innovation. To spotlight Ahmedabad's growing role in India's business ecosystem, we'll be showcasing a panel discussion tonight featuring Gokul Jaykrishna, Chairman FICCI Gujarat, Jaimin Shah, Co-Chairman ASSOCHAM Gujarat Council, and Vaibhav Shah, Chairman PHDCCI Gujarat and Director Monarch Networth Capital. Listen in. Ahmedabad has always been known as the city of capital, but not necessarily always the city of finance. So my first question, and this is a question to all my panelists, is a common question. I would like to understand from you, how Ahmedabad has evolved over the years. How has it really become a credible, contender to become India's next financial powerhouse? Let's start with you, Mr. Shah.
So thank you and good evening, all of you. So as far as your question is concerned, then how Ahmedabad's industrial skyline is changing. So I can start with saying that we are becoming one of the India's IT as well as service sector hub. When it comes to IT, I don't talk about big companies, but as far as SMB, we are one of the leading companies, and you will be all surprised that we are having in Gujarat more than 5,000 IT companies across four cities. But as far as service industry is concerned, we are transformed from manufacturing to service sector, and one of the biggest example is financial services, where GIFT plays a major role.
Yeah, absolutely. The evolution is there. Mr. Jaykrishna, I want to know your take on this as well, your opening remarks.
So, as you know, Gujaratis and Gujarat and Ahmedabad have always been at the center of India's capital markets. If you take industry, Gujarat and Ahmedabad, particularly Ahmedabad, was known as the textile capital of Asia and Manchester of India in those days. And we have still retained, today from petrochemicals to where we have the largest refinery over here in the world, and to being the third largest denim manufacturer in the world is in Ahmedabad and in Gujarat. We account for a disproportionate, with 5% of India's population, we account for 8.5% of GDP, and we account for about 30% or 40% of exports of India. This is disproportionate. Maharashtra is second to India, to Gujarat in terms of exports. What I see coming in the next 10 years is a very different Ahmedabad, and because of Ahmedabad, Gujarat panning out, starting from Modi ji's, the Prime Minister's great dream of GIFT, which always seemed like an unattainable dream, to try and even imagine a global financial center such as Singapore or Dubai, leave alone do one, but even to imagine that is very, very difficult, ahead of Bombay and many other financial global hubs. So GIFT City is a great gift that we have from the Prime Minister. So the runway is kind of prepared. Now we need to take off. So this trilogy of GIFT City being the financial hub where, the policy is so different, 10 years of tax holiday in 15 years, and you can choose which 10 years to choose from. So this, along with the potential infrastructure that the city will develop, is going to probably leapfrog Ahmedabad, and because of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and probably help India in a significant way to be recognized amongst the top tier countries. And though it is already the fourth largest economy, but it will probably help us. Right now, we always talk about a $5 trillion economy and the third largest. But I think we need to look far beyond that. We need to look at growing faster at maybe instead of 7% nominal growth, we should be doing about 9 to 10%. And such initiatives such as GIFT, where financial services are liberalized and you create a tech structure and incentives for mega money to flow in, could be a major, major driving thrust. And we need to think global.
Absolutely. Well, a golden decade ahead of Ahmedabad. Mr. Vaibhav, do you agree?
Yeah. So we get success everywhere, as mentioned by earlier two panelists. The main thing, I see that the change of the mindset of the Ahmedabad people. Earlier, before 10 to 15 years, the mindset of the people is manufacturing and more of the trading. But recently, the mindset totally changed and people are thinking of the value creation and capital. So earlier, promoter focus on more on steady profit and family ownership things. And right now, promoter thinking about the value creation, growth, scale, how they professionally manage the company, looking for the global capital.
Absolutely. Mr. Jaykrishna, I want to come to you now. Now, Gujarat is leading in India, especially when it comes to ease of doing business. Like you said, it contributes to about 8% of the national GDP. I want to know from you, when you look back, what policies have enabled this growth? That's one question. And secondly, what policies in future will also make Ahmedabad the center, the focus of, maybe Gujarat's next phase of growth?
So the first question is an easy one, the policies are. But the second question that you asked, Ritwika, is a very interesting one, and I'll probably spend more time on that. The first question, it started with the Gujarat government's policy of 2020, where they changed the 2015 policy and gave tax holidays, incentives, and then the Dholera smart city idea, then the Ahmedabad, the Delhi, the industrial corridor. All of these initiatives based on infrastructure and attracting capital have been driven by government's policy to encourage attracting capital into Gujarat. And then finally, the labor laws. We all know that in Gujarat, the labor laws are much more friendly for industry, and hence we have more job creation. I mean, you have people from other states coming and working over here in Gujarat and in Ahmedabad. So that is the easy part. The difficult part and the great question is where we see ourselves going from here. So I think as a state, Gujarat should probably take over the mantle of India to take India and Gujarat state global.
Coming to you, Mr. Shah, Ahmedabad, like we established, it's known as the Manchester of India because of its strong textile sector. But right now, it's moving from tradition to like a multi-sectorial, industry whereby we are seeing many newer emerging sectors coming up. Whether it is, technology, agribusiness, banking, education, so many. How do you read this transition?
If you can see that how Gujarat government came out with a different kind of and taking a lead ahead by providing industrial finances through GIIC or GSFC. And many companies flourished at that time because of GIIC and GSFC. At that time, it was out of the box thinking. Now it's a time where government should also come forward with a different asset or different incentive kind of structure where GVFL. So, जब वर्ल्ड में इंडिया में कोई वेंचर फाइनेंस नहीं सोचता था, गुजरात ने सोचा था तब. GVFL was India's first venture finance company which public-private partnership could do at that time, जब कुछ नहीं था. So, हम लोग Gujarat is always way ahead. When we are talking about 2047 years, Gujarat should think about 2037 कि तब तक हम developed state क्यों ना बन जाए. So Gujarat is always thinking ahead.
Fantastic. Mr. Vaibhav, so Mumbai is known as the hub of finance. Now, if Ahmedabad were to seriously challenge that, where do you think it can win, in terms of, say, low cost or, better compliance, or just have an entirely different finance structure? What's your take on that?
So, first of all, Mumbai has history, depth, financial marketplace, known for the all over the country. When we are talking about finance, we are looking at the Mumbai. But Ahmedabad can do that. We don't need to copy paste Mumbai things, because if you copy Amitabh Bachchan, then you become Raju Srivastava. So you need to think what's our USP. What is our USP in Ahmedabad? We are very cost efficient. We are fast decision taker. We are entrepreneur driven mindset, promoter mindset. So if we think all things and above, then we can become a value creation hub for the India.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13, powered by Tata Tele Business Services. You're watching highlights from our recently concluded Ahmedabad Springboard. Take a look at our panel discussion. And speaking of GIFT City, I want to stay with you. GIFT City has, I think, last month it crossed the $100 billion asset milestone, which is a very impressive, milestone in such a short span of time as well. I want to know, from a market's perspective, how do you read this?
So it's a 100 billion milestone. Is a very good number. It shows trust on the system, trust on the regulation, trust on the all ecosystem, trust on the ease of doing business, trust on the infra. So 100 billion का ये जो number है, they attract the global investor from all over the world. And ये दिन दूर नहीं दिखता है मेरे को कि we as a GIFT City attract investment just like Dubai and Singapore.
Yeah, fantastic. And I have the same question for the both of you, actually, talking about GIFT City. He mentioned restaurants, financial centers, banks, universities. There's just so much happening there. What do you think is driving the momentum? Is it just global capital searching for alternatives? Let's start with you, Mr. Gokul.
So 100 billion is a big number. It's a great start. Like I said, I think the dream is on its way, the GIFT City dream. However, 100 billion should be just considered as a start. We have a very, very long way to go. And to do that, we need to develop from here. The basic infrastructure is there, the idea is in place, but we need to create an environment where not only capital comes in with low-end applications, but where high-end decision-making in banking and finance moves to GIFT City as well. This is yet to happen. For this, we need to create a lifestyle opportunity. But we have a long way to go, so we need to go a little fast in a planned manner so that we start attracting higher-end talent within the GIFT City as well, not only the back office kind of. Otherwise, it could suddenly turn into a situation where the capital is coming to take advantage of the tax advantages, but it's not becoming a decision-making center, and we don't have expats coming here.
Right. Similar question to you, Mr. Shah. And also in terms of how GIFT City will really have an impact on the region, maybe as well as all over India as well. How it's also going to make Ahmedabad the focal point, when we talk about Gujarat, when we talk about India.
So I can go on about GIFT City because we are, as a company, associated with GIFT City when it was pursued. So GIFT City is one of the best example of how government can start a startup. So this is a startup of Gujarat government, and this one was a dream of the then Chief Minister and now Prime Minister of India, where everyone in the state were against that idea कि ये कुछ नहीं होगा. So ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે કહેવત છે ને કે નિશાન ચૂપ માફ પણ નહીં માફ નીચું નિશાન, એનો બેસ્ટ એક્ઝામ્પલ્સ. So when it was started, my company created the website, and जब हम वेबसाइट बना रहे कि ये नहीं होगा. So starting from myself, so now this is the reality. Now we are one of the, you can say one of our companies, they have their co-working space where Daikin University is one of the occupant. So this is a best example where there is a will, there is a way. और गुजरात में, and I'll give you with great confidence कि जो हम बोल रहे थे कि गुजरात has missed IT bus, GIFT City is going to give us a great enabler or a great vehicle where after some time, and now this is an era of GCCs where global companies, they are starting their, they are already starting their global capacity in-house centers. So GCC, Gujarat is going to become a GCC by using GCC hub, by using GIFT.
You know, just picking up from what you said, we were not talking about Dholera, but I want to ask you about Dholera because there is a 3 lakh crore investment by Tata Intel for a semiconductor plant. Do you think this will, really reposition Gujarat in the global semiconductor value chain, Mr. Vaibhav?
Yeah. So in my view, it's not only a factory, first of all. We are going, if we execute very well, then it will be the manufacturing hub and with the technology hub. Not only manufacturing, techno-lead manufacturing hub. ये क्या करेगा कि ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर, ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन, सेमीकंडक्टर की आज कितनी डिमांड है. आप देखो चाइना और यूएस आज सेमीकंडक्टर चिप के लिए लड़ रहे हैं. So superb thinking and most needed of the hour is semiconductor. ये अगर यहाँ हो जाता है और ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन पूरा इकोसिस्टम आ जाएगा तो धोलेरा बिकम द ऑन वर्ल्ड ग्लोबल मैप. सो इतना बड़ा इसका इम्पोर्टेंस है इफ़ वी एग्जीक्यूट वेरी वेल.
Right. Mr. Gokul, I want to come to you now. Now, I think about 37 lakh MSMEs were registered in Gujarat over the last 5 years. I want to know from you, what do MSMEs need right now? Is it capital? Is it strategic mentorship? Or is it something else that we haven't already discussed yet?
I would say MSME need 3 things. One, of course, is very well known, ease of doing business. I think Gujarat provides the best ease of doing business in India. However, we need to compete with the rest of the world to be able to compete at the global level. So we need to continue to improve the ease of doing business also, though we are number 1 in India. So that's one. Second is capital. So to attract capital, capital will come where productivity is strong. It's as simple as that. Where they see return on capital employed is high, they'll come. So there are 2 ways to improve productivity. One is by making new investments, which we are doing. The other one is to improve productivity through AI. Now the whole world is moving to improving the next, I think the next winner, or the one, whether it's an individual, whether it's a company or a country, will be determined by the one who is going to be able to adapt AI to improve one's own productivity as an individual, a company's productivity, or even a country's productivity.
Absolutely, that's some food for thought. Mr. Shah, I want to come to you. Now, when I introduced, when I welcomed everybody, I mentioned that season 13, the theme is Agility, Ambition, Ascent. And the reason why we kept the theme is because of what all that's happening around the world. Geopolitical tensions, tariff wars, interest rates, and a lot of things that are happening. There's a lot of volatility for sure. Speaking of MSMEs, how how equipped, do you think are India's MSMEs to really compete on the global stage? I know that MSMEs contribute to, 40% of India's exports, but are we there yet, or do you think they need to take certain steps, especially MSMEs here in Ahmedabad as well?
So MSME is really a backbone of India's growth, and especially for Gujarat. As far as newer thing is concerned, nowadays technology adoption, that is must for any companies.
Right, so it's a mindset and also technology. From MSMEs, I want to move to startups as well. And Mr. Vaibhav, the next question is for you. What is the investor sentiment like towards Ahmedabad when it comes to investing in startups? Because, let's be real, as compared to Gurgaon, Bangalore, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, there's still a lag, in terms of the startups that are here. There has been a lot of, improvement over the last few years. But what do you think is really, where is the gap between aspiration and action?
So, compared to last year, 2-3 years back, the PE investment in startup, and right now, because of the main board listing, people are not getting as much as money which he thinks when he invested. So right now the startup investment is slowing down. So I think startup is doing well, but no new idea right now coming out from the people.
But again, the same question for the both of you. How do you assess Ahmedabad startup landscape? Where are the gaps? Mr. Gokul, maybe we could take it.
So I think there are many areas where Ahmedabad is a front runner in India. Startup is unfortunately not one of them. There are various reasons for it. I mean, Gujaratis are generally more keen in finance and manufacturing and those kind of services rather than higher education and newer innovation. Also, generally, we as a country have a decent ecosystem for startup, but not a great one.
No, you don't believe?
I agree. I totally agree. But again, when I was on NASSCOM Executive Council and was looking after India market from NASSCOM side, and that is how we started NASSCOM Center of Excellence in IIT Gandhinagar, and now they have started COE Center in Gift City as well. So basically we have to think about Gujarat. Gujarat is fundamentally a startup a nation, startup state of the nation. All corporates which you think about, they were startups. So our mindset is different than a mindset in Delhi and mindset in Bangalore.
Wonderful. And this was a very, very comprehensive discussion. But before I let you go, one final question, and I just want to get your closing remarks. Now, while Mumbai is defined by scale, Bangalore by innovation, what would you like Ahmedabad to build its identity on, in the next, say, 5 to 10 years? Let's start with you, Mr. Shah.
Ahmedabad should aim to be India's value creation, capital creation hub. And second, to bridge between the global fund and Indian enterprises.
Fantastic.
So I think Ahmedabad should and is very capable of positioning itself as a manufacturing factory of the world.
Fantastic. Mr. Shah, I'll let you have the last word.
So two things. One is Ahmedabad, especially Gujarat, will be a social infrastructure hub in India and create a different class of asset class.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13, powered by Tata Tele Business Services. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.